Namaste, Assalamu alaikum and a big hello. Welcome to Mindful Mondays. आज बात हो रही है गिल्ट और शेम की, which is directly connected to depression and a lack of self-worth. 1990s की बात थी और मैं अपनी इनिशियल फिल्म्स शूट कर रही थी. गाने की सीक्वेंस थी और मुझे करना था डांस. अब मैंने डांस गोपी कृष्ण जी से सीखा था, so I was not that bad. लेकिन फिल्म सेट पर पहुंचते I got a bit nervous. जब मैं अपने डांस कोरियोग्राफर से मिली तो वो ज़रा गुस्से वाले लग रहे थे. मैंने एक दो टेक दिए, गलती हो गई और उन्होंने माइक पर जोर से डांटा, राकेश्वरी, what the hell do you think you're doing? डांस नहीं आता है क्या? इसे हीरोइन किसने बनाया? और भी बहुत कुछ कहा, लेकिन थैंकफुली मुझे याद नहीं है because my brain had completely frozen. बहुत साल बीते और मैंने कुछ फिल्म्स की, but I always battled with anxiety, nervousness and a lack of self-worth because of that incident. फिर कुछ सालों बाद मुझे एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट मिली जिसमें कोरियोग्राफर थी द ग्रेट फारा खान. I was so excited but nervous as well. But the first thing Farah Khan told me when she met me was, "Hey Rags, I've heard that you're a fab dancer. Let's rock this ad, okay?" And my confidence from 0 spiked to 100. अब दोनों choreographers की intention was absolutely the same. But the first choreographer used the strategy to cause me pain, while Farah Khan used the strategy to motivate me and nurture my self-worth. What do you think worked? No wonder from Shah Rukh to Shakira, everybody loves Farah. So today's episode is all about guilt and shame, because research tells us that most of the people use the strategy of guilt and shame to help you improve. Now let's talk about the difference between guilt and shame. Scenario is in the classroom, बच्चा फेल हो गया है, टीचर बहुत प्यार से कहती है, "Hey Varun, come here. I'm so sorry you failed, but you know what? I believe in you. You're a very intelligent boy, but I know you have not given it your best shot. Now go ahead, work hard because I know you will pass with flying colors. Good luck." Now this is motivational, but also causes Varun positive guilt that, "Oh, I want to impress my teacher. She really believes in me. I must study hard." Now same scenario, but a different strategy. Varun has failed and teacher is really upset. "Everybody in the class, look at this boy Varun. फिर दोबारा fail हो गया है. What do you do? Why do you come to school? To just waste your parents' money and waste my time? All day giggling, sitting there at the back of the class. Go back, shameless fellow." Sorry, मुझे acting करनी पड़ी so that we understand the impact of behavior such as this. Also because most teachers, parents, and company heads feel that causing someone shame will help them improve. Thankfully, we have scientific research that tells us this is not the truth. So let's talk about the scientific research behind guilt and shame. Scientific research with shame tells us that shame actually corrodes the part of the brain that is associated with making change and improving oneself. Think about an area in the brain called the amygdala, which is associated with learning new things. Think about the area in the brain called the ventral tegmental area, which has all got to do with motivation, dopamine, feeling happy. Then we have the sympathetic nervous system, which connects all the organs of our body to the brain. Anytime we are caused shame or someone insults us or humiliates us, the brain immediately sends you 3 messages to protect you: fight, flight, or freeze. Now most of the children and adults freeze, just like I did on the film set. Don't know what to do, absolutely shocked. Or flight, that means run away, disappear. With that I mean when we insult someone or when we cause them shame, they actually become smaller. आपने देखा होगा उनके कंधे झुक जाते हैं, उनका सर झुक जाता है. They want to hide and disappear. Or fight. Now someone could be a bully and fight back, have anger. But remember, that anger is also an outward expression of pain, just like depression and sadness is an inward expression of pain. So many a times when people are caused shame, insult, and humiliation, they go into the fight mode. Addictions, be it alcohol, be it drugs. So shame is like telling someone you're hopeless, you're horrible, you have no self-worth. Now can you improve? It just will not allow the brain to feel motivated and help you change. It's like telling someone who's overweight, consistently reminding them, ridiculing them, and laughing at them, saying, "कितने मोटे हो गए हो? अपनी बॉडी का क्या हाल बना रखा है? पूरा दिन खाना खाते रहते हो." That itself will kill the spirit in the person. It's like someone who is not getting a good job opportunity, consistently reminding them, तुम्हारा तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता, तुम्हारा टाइम निकल गया है. All these are symptoms and signs of causing someone shame, killing their soul and killing their self-belief. So how can we combat ourselves from guilt and shame? Now, guilt has got to do with the other person, that, oh, I have caused someone else pain. So first, do something. Either apologize to the person, make a call. If that's difficult, just write a note of apology. Second, stop consistently thinking about the past. You see, let the person take time to forgive you. Don't keep replaying what you have done. Remember, reticular activating system? We want the brain to produce new images of new wonderful experiences, not consistently replay what wrongs you have done. So forgive yourself and say, it's okay, I learn and I move on. You don't want the world to believe in you. You only want one person to believe in you, and that should be you. Now let's combat shame. Because shame is that inner voice that consistently tells you, you're no good. Who will give you that job? Who will marry you? We need to learn to silence that inner voice and awaken a new positive voice that consistently tells us, I'm wonderful, I'm kind, I am enough. 2, identify your triggers, identify your stories. Like I could identify, oh, my trigger is that dance episode and many others. Now, women and men have different triggers. Women are made to feel ashamed because of their appearance, or singlehood, or divorce, or their weight. Men are made to feel ashamed because of their professional success, finances, or emotional expressions. And children are made to feel ashamed for so many things, especially how they perform academically. Third, positive connections. I could actually combat all those experiences of shame, even though they were fleeting, thanks to my positive connections with my family. So go out there, identify who is it that makes you feel good about yourself. Stick with them and share your stories with them. 4, kindness and compassion. Harvard research tells us that the quickest way to reboot your self-worth and to feel happy and good about yourself is random acts of kindness. How amazing! So go out there and be kind with people who you don't know, especially the ones who can do nothing for you in return. Kindness, I'm telling you, it's magical. Next week, I'm going to talk about the magic behind kindness. Until then, I hope you will let go of guilt and let go of shame, because we at FitTak and I believe that you are braver than you believe, smarter than you seem, and stronger than you feel.